Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters. So, we've got Archie dropping tomorrow. This is the 24th. Archie's going to be dropping tomorrow for Pokemon Masters Day. And kind of to coincide with the Hoenn Villain arc, but not really, but kind of, all that stuff, right? So, we're going to be seeing should you summon for him or not. And I'm honestly saying no. You probably shouldn't go for Archie now. Back when he was rerunning, I probably still would have said no because it was run up to the anniversary. But back then, Archie still had a lot of he was rerunning for like a week and a month and like 2 weeks, that general area. So you had a lot of time to get him. You still have a lot of time to get him now, about a month, right? So I mean, if you're gonna go for him, maybe just wait a little bit. At least wait until the data mine for right now, and then maybe do dailies or do maybe like a multi or two. I don't know if I wouldn't really commit to going for Archie or anything like that. I probably wouldn't even do the multis on them, just maybe dailies if you want to, try and get those copies, right? But the reason I'm saying you probably shouldn't summon for him is because, for one, there's two more valuable Master Fairs out right now in Adamant and Irida. I do think they're definitely more valuable than Archie. Irida is the first and only current Ice Zone setter, as well as having Hail. Ice. All the Ice units are benefiting immensely from that. If you want to go look at that, then check out my Irida showcase and check out my Ice units Benefitter showcase. And then, of course, there's Adamant, who's an amazing grass-type character. He helps out all grass-type characters. I've obviously got a showcase of him doing all of the great damage that he can do, the great nuke, helping out grass partners and all of that stuff, right? So he's an amazing unit as well. I do think they're both definitely more valuable than Archie is here. As well as the fact that a lot of Archie's usefulness has been split into other units that can do it as well, a little bit better. For one, he's a Master Fair. Obviously, there's a ton of just better Master Fairs, right? He's older. Was he the second or third Master Fair? Obviously, Maxie is the second or third. Archie's the second or third. It doesn't matter which one came which. They're both, they came out at the same time. Second batch of Master Fairs. First one being Leon, right? So they're older. Not going to be as good anymore. But of course, they still got strength. But, obviously more better Master Fairs have come out since then. He sets Rain, which a lot of units do for one, so it's not that valuable anymore, but he also extends it, which is definitely good. But honestly, characters like Signasu Chris and Neo Champion Caleb just set Rain better. They just straight up do, because they're support units and they can help out a lot of water-type allies with stuff like Special Moves Next, crit buffs, special attack buffs, and just all of that type of stuff, as well as being good tanks. Whereas Archie here is going to probably be your central striker and not really focused on much as being a Rain setter, right? As well as, he doesn't really work too well with physical attackers. I mean, you can definitely pair him with them, and obviously the supports, they buff the special side, like Signature Chris and Neo Champion Caleb. They're more special focused, and Mina as well, Signature Mina. They're more special focused, but being supports, they still have aspects that make them good for those characters, such as, speed buffs, move gauge acceleration, just that type of stuff as well, where Archie, he doesn't have those things. And then being a water-type damage dealer, we've got Eugene, who just outright is a better water-type damage dealer. They both share low special attack stats and Archie's got a better base power move, but Eugene's got more multipliers. And he's a Pokefair, so he's easier to obtain than Archie. And he's also coming around more than Archie. So, I mean, if you want a water-type damage dealer, you've got Eugene, Signasu Lysander. Let's see, what other water strikers or just damage dealers? I mean, Dojo Gloria is a great water damage dealer. Look at the list. Neo Champion Serena, who's a better Master Fair as well. There's just a lot of water damage dealers, right, that are around the same level, if not better than Archie. So those are the reasons I say you probably should not summon for him. But we'll go into we'll look at him in terms of his kit here, and you can make a little bit better of a decision. So, looking at his stats here, level 140, no EX. 700 HP is good. Meager defenses as usual, I guess. They're kind of on the lower end of low, though, because a lot of strikers I'm seeing, they've got like the 150 defenses. Archie here, he's got lower defenses, right? He's got 115, 124, so definitely kind of makes the difference there, right? But whatever, I'm not going to nitpick. 297 speed, so not the greatest speed here, but definitely not anything horrible, right? And then 278 special attack, which not great, right? So the reason he's got this low special attack stat is because it's made up for by the fact he's got Origin Pulse here, a 4-gauge move, AoE move that hits AoE all opponents, whatever. I don't think I need to reiterate that. 189 base power at 1 out of 5, right? Really strong attack here. It's essentially like Hyper Beam, that same type of area, but it's also an AoE move, right? This is good power for sure, but you're split damage, whereas if you look at Eugene here and his slightly lower 160 base power buddy Surf, it's all enemies, but the damage of this move is not lowered with multiple opponents, which is definitely a big thing, right? If there's multiple opponents, Archie's not going to be hitting as hard on, you know, an individual opponent because, you know, he's hitting everyone, right? And the Legendary Gauntlet, it doesn't really matter all that much because you're still going to be doing, you know, just normal, you know, single target damage, so you're going to get the full effect here of this 189 base move, but, sorry, but, you know, it still could be a little bit of a problem, right? At least, you know, of course, when facing multiple enemies. So, still a good move, though, for sure. 100% a good move, 4 gauges, not really that amazing, especially with his speed tier, but it's not the best, or it's not the worst thing in the world, right? It's not the worst. X special attack, of course, special attack buffs. Thunder, the way they, you know, kitted out Maxie and Archie was to make them do their main damage move here with, like, Origin Pulse and Precipice Blades. And then Thunder here, of course, gives, you know, just side damage for electric types, or just doing electric type DPS and all that stuff, right? Generally, you don't really use Thunder. I mean, it may have a bit of a niche against Aaron, like, you know, Electric Weak Aaron and whatnot, but you probably still will have to combine him with, you know, either Electric Terrain, which are a little bit iffy, Electric Damage Dealer, all that type of stuff. Sickness of Health probably the best partner for that because he also gets special moves next, and that's probably what I'll be doing for the battle with Aaron on Monday, or just next week. So Thunder DPS, not bad, but honestly, if you're going to be off-typing with them, stick to Origin Pulse. And of course, if you're on-type, you can go ahead and use your Thunder, but it's a little bit more difficult to build around his Thunder than it is to build around his Origin Pulse here, just for numerous reasons. He's got his Trainer move, Open the Oceans. It raises his accuracy by 1, meaning the 85% accuracy of Origin Pulse will be mitigated. Raises his crit by 3. Lower his defenses by 2. With already having these low defensive stats, this is not good. This could definitely, like, kill you, right? This could definitely make the difference in a battle if you don't have a form of, you know, defensive buffing or recovery, you know, fast recovery too, because you're going to be, if you're hit by an AoE move, you're going to be taking a lot. You are going to be taking a lot, but whatever. In addition, raises the user's special attack by 2 when the weather is rainy, and in addition, raises the user's accuracy by 1 when the weather is rainy. So, of course, even better accuracy buffs for his moves like Thunder and Origin Pulse here. And then applies gradual healing when the weather is rainy. So he's got a bit of his little healing here, but it really does not do as much as you would want it to do due to these defensive debuffs, right? So, I mean, if you're hit by an AoE move, you could take like a third of your health, start trying to gradual heal up, but then you may get hit by another one and be down to below half, and this healing is just not doing enough for you, right? So, gradual healing, while good, is better on those characters that already have okay defenses and can actually, you know, take attacks and not have already low defenses be lowered even more by using their trainer move. So overall, not a bad trainer move. These defense debuffs are not the greatest, but of course you had to have a little bit of a condition since he already maxes his crit and raises his accuracy, raises his special attack, applies gradual healing, all of that, right? Even though they didn't give that same debuff to Anniversary Lily, but whatever. And then, of course, the big thing with this is that you can buff your crit by 3, special attack by 2, and then buff your special attack by +4 with X special attack here. And in 3 turns, you'll have max crit and special attack, which can be nice, right? So, very self-sufficient there. Just needs a bit of help on the defensive side. Alright, and the passives. Hoenn Spirit, obviously solid, you know, Master Fair passives, right? More Hoenn characters, the more you're going to be doing in terms of damage. Pair this guy with, like, Signasuit Brendan, and you're going to be doing quite a bit, right, because of Brendan being a great special attack support, buffing crit, special attack, debuffing special defense, being bulky, having, you know, potions and all that stuff. So that's very, very good as well. And of course, he'll just be applying more to this to where Archie will be taking less damage from special moves, he'll be doing more damage with special moves, and Brendan will also be doing the same, right? So it's nice. It's very, very nice for sure. Downpour. Makes the weather rainy when the user enters battle. Definitely a great ability, right? Setting rain as a striker, definitely very, very good. Of course, he obviously benefits directly from special attack, or just rain buffs because it buffs his Origin Pulse's damage by, you know, 50%, as well as his sync move, of course. I keep having to cough. And then Shower Surge. Quickly charges the move gauge when the weather is rainy and powers up the user's moves when the weather is rainy. So, Gauge acceleration, so it helps out with the speed issue a bit, and of course 30% power buff to his moves, just because the weather's up, right? So it's very, very good there. Helps out the Origin Pulse damage and the Thunder damage. Nice. And of course helps out Thunder's accuracy, even though accuracy is not going to tend to be much of a problem with him. And Flood Alert 5 extends duration of rainy weather when the weather turns rainy while the user is on the field. Good ability, for sure, but you're still probably going to be bringing or having to bring a special attack, or not special attack, but rain setter anyway, just because this will last for your first sync from entry, right? Assuming you don't set rain, this will last past your first sync, and then it'll last another turn, and then I think it'll go out. It's about that rough amount there, right? So keep that in mind there. But still, 50% time buff for your rain. So keeping rain up is definitely nice, and as well, if your allies set rain, Archie's Flood Alert will activate, meaning that their rain will also stay up for longer. Meaning if you bring like Sigma Suit Chris for, rain support, pair up with Archie, Archie's rain runs out, you set up rain with Sigma Suit Chris, you've got the extra normal duration of rain, and you've still got the 50% buff here from Flood Alert, right? So that's very, very good. Overall, good abilities for sure, but the reason I don't recommend summoning for him is that Water Strikers are already very prominent, such as Usine just releasing and Lysander releasing a couple months ago. I say a couple, but it was like 4. Sorry, whatever. And rain setters like Sigma Suit Chris and Neo Champion Caleb are just so valuable due to being supports that it mitigates Archie's ability to set rain a little bit. The extension's nice, and setting rain just in general is nice. It's like, Adam and setting Sun and having Sigma Suit Morty as a support. But just the thing with Archie here is that he's so outdated that the best thing he does is damage, to where, in my opinion, if you were to run a setup with Archie as your main striker and then have a support, or even if it's like Sigma Suit Chris, I still think you would be better off just having Sigma Suit Chris and Usine together, because Chris is already setting rain and she's already buffing Usine's special moves next, and Usine just has better multipliers and better damage than Archie does. And I mean, there's just no reason to summon for Archie if, the main things he's doing is being, replaced by other units. Not that Archie's bad, of course. Don't try and twist what I'm saying. Archie's definitely not bad, for sure. He's definitely really, really strong, even still. But I don't think he's worth summoning for just out of sheer value, because I think units like Sigma Suit Chris and Neo Champion Caleb are very worth summoning for. And if you want a really strong Water Striker, you can go for other options as well, right? Usine's got better rates as a Pokefair, Lysander's got better rates as a Pokefair, Neo Champion Serena is stronger and is also a Master Fair, so same odds there. And Dojo Gloria, I also think, is probably stronger, and again, also just the better odds there, right? And I don't think you're hurting that much if you don't have a rain support like Chris, and you don't have Archie here for setting rain as well, because May still exists and is still pretty solid with setting rain, right? So if you want to have May here and then Usine, Lysander, Neo Champion Serena, or whatever, you're still going to be doing really good damage, right? So it's not too much of a problem. Those are the big things with Archie there. Big things with Archie, also that special attack stat really low. Usine shares a similarly low special attack. It's slightly higher, but still. They both share those lower special attack stats, but Usine just has better multipliers. Look at it. Buddy Circuit's got Weather Warrior 3, so he's already got that 30% damage multiplier that Archie has for having rain up, right? And the move power is already really similar. Sorry, 3 out of 5. Weather Warrior 3, and Stationary Target 3. And in his passives, Trap and Buff 5. Yeah. 50%, 30%, 30%. Just do the math. Usine's going to be putting up better numbers than Archie. Archie doing these things with setting rain and being a striker and extending it all at the same time is definitely very, very good for sure. But I just don't think it's valuable enough to recommend people summon. Looking at his grid too, his grid's honestly not amazing either. Shower Power 3, this is the best. This is a sync move multiplier. Big whoop, right? Shower Sync, Infinite Rain, pretty much, right? He sets up rain whenever he uses a sync move. But the thing with the sync move is that these are his only sources of sync damage. Shower Power 3 and then his sync nodes. Not a good sync move. That isn't. It just straight up is not a good sync move, right? That's not a great multiplier. Many units do it better, and you're better off just using a support EX. And if you're using a support EX, you don't need Shower Sync. because you're not going to be setting up that rain unless you use him second, in which case then sure. But still, that's also for a longer battle, and that's more niche than anything else. Like, that's good against Moltres and Entei and that type of stuff, but you're generally not going to do this. You're generally just going to bring another rain setter or rain support, preferably. Rain gear. This can help with his defensive issues, but I also just think this is niche. Not really anything you should be trying to directly grid for, right? Thunder Raging Rain is actually solid, helps out your Thunder DPS, but again, you're really only going to be running Thunder, or, you know, as your main damage move if you're off type, or on type, If you're on type, then you're going to be running this, and this does help out as Thunder Raging Rain, but I mean, or as Thunder damage, but still, it's not good. It's not the greatest, right? Thunder, of course, is solid in terms of damage, but if you want to use an electric damage dealer, use a different electric damage dealer, right? You don't need to go for Archie just to have good electric damage, right? We'll look at good options here. Hao's got a solid nuke. He's not the greatest unit. He definitely doesn't have any DPS, and his only multiplier is inertia. But still, it's something, right? If you want to defeat Aaron, you definitely can with Hao, assuming you have some certain conditions and all of that. Ash does not need an explanation. Chris, is this Chris? No, yeah, it's Chris. If you have her, she's got a really solid nuke as well, being special attack based as well. I know I'm centralizing on special attack, but that's just because Aaron is a massive problem for a lot of people. Signature How he's got a solid nuke, Cakewalk, Whimsical Sync, and all that stuff. He can definitely make a good nuke as well as having good damage out here with Buddy Electro Web. So keep all of that in mind, right? Even though Archie can do both water and electric DPS, other characters can definitely take these roles, and I feel that they also have more value to them that is just different from what Archie does. Like, for example, Archie setting Rain. Signature Chris sets Rain, and that's not the only reason I'm saying Signature Chris is better, because Signature Chris is also an amazing special attack support. She's got good, good health buffs, like, you know, mini potion all and just healing and all of that. Speed buffs are solid. You know, just a good gauge efficient unit, as well as, of course, buffing special moves next, crit, special attack, all of that, making her a really strong and valuable unit. Neo champion Calum. Let's see what this man does. It's been a minute. All right, it's been a minute. Let's see. Raises evasion of all sync pairs. He buffs. Let's see. He buffs special moves next of allies by 2 when and sets the weather terrain, of course, so he's buffing special moves next himself, which is also really good. He's buffing all allies attack by 4, special attack, and crit by 2. Then, of course, in his skills here, he's got Restoring Strike, meaning he's going to be good on his, you know, HP restoration. He's going to be good on the gauge here with Recharging Strike. Not bad, right? Not bad. Of course, he's also got the Master Passive as well. Same thing as Archie. And then in the grid, of course, he's got a lot of other things here, such as Team Sync Think 9 and, you know, Team Mighty Sync 9. You know, for the special moves and physical moves up next. He's got Team Critical Squad to max ally crit in 1 turn. He's just got a lot of different things here. First Aid 4 for healing. He's got a lot here that also makes him just valuable as a support in general, not just good for rain teams or whatever, like Archie is. So, rain, you got better setters such as Signature Chris and Neo Champion Calum. Water damage, you got better damage dealers as Eugene and Lysander. Electric damage dealers, you don't need Archie. He's solid for sure. But also, do consider 136 base power Thunder with Raging Rain off of a 278 special attack stat. Not the greatest. You could get similar usage out of some other characters, right? For just better electric damage or just similar electric damage in that same aspect. And there's just some downsides, like his debuffing his own defenses is not great and all of that, right, either. So, overall, I don't recommend you summon for Archie's Rerun here. You got other options in terms of rain settings, water damage dealer, electric damage dealer, master fairs. You just got better options, right? Especially this month where we've got, you know, Adaman, Irida, and Eugene here, which cover master fairs and water damage dealers, right? So, keep all that in mind when making your decision to summon for Archie. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to end it there, guys. Don't think you should summon for Archie, but anyway, if you do summon for Archie, good luck on your summons. I wish you luck. Archie's definitely a cool sync pair. Kyogre is a really cool, you know, Pokemon. I'm not trying to say Archie's bad or anything, but I'm not trying to say he's a necessity or he does anything unique that makes him worth pulling for. Because he doesn't. He doesn't really do anything all that major that makes him super valuable, especially not right now, when we have, units like Signet Suit Morty up as well. So, keep all this in mind. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all later. Good luck on your summons for Marty. What the fuck? Good luck on your summons for Archie, if you're going for him. Good luck on your saving, if you're skipping him. And happy Pokemon Masters Day, I guess. Well, early Pokemon Masters Day, because this is the day before.